I'm Dalton Barrett for News Radio WGNS, and here are some of the top stories impacting Rutherford County on your Rutherford Roundup for Monday, August the 25th, 2025. Tennessee public school students will receive less state per pupil funding than private school voucher recipients this year, sparking criticism from the public education advocates. Under the 2025-2026 allocation, the state will spend $7,023 per public school student, while each participant in the new Education Freedom Scholarship program receives $7,295. Critics say the imbalance reflects skewed priorities. Tanya Coates, president of the Tennessee Education Association, argues the voucher funding gap underscores a troubling direction in the state policy. Coates said that the disparity sends more money to private schools, while public institutions in communities like Murfreesboro and Smyrna continue to face overcrowded classrooms and staff shortages. The voucher program, limited to 20,000 students this year, is projected to expand annually and could cost nearly $900 million in its first 5 years. In tandem with concerns over education funding, Tennessee's cooperative tax cuts continue to shape the fiscal landscape. The state experienced a 15.8% drop in corporate tax revenue in 2024 and 2025, a $721.5 million loss. Meanwhile, sales tax revenue rose 4.2%, emphasizing Tennessee's heavy reliance on consumer spending to fund its $59.8 billion budget. With over 60% of tax revenue sourced from sales taxes, residents of Rutherford County and across the state face a regressive burden. Critics argue that the state's financial strategy favors corporations at the expense of working families and public services. Murfreesboro authorities have charged 18-year-old Samuel Helton with vehicular homicide following a fatal pedestrian crash earlier this month. On August 5th, 23-year-old Callie Mills of Murfreesboro was struck while crossing Old Fort Parkway at the New Salem Highway intersection. Police say Mills was in a marked, signaled crosswalk when Helton made a left turn from Golf Lane in a pickup truck and hit her. Mills was transported to a local hospital where she was later pronounced dead. Helton was arrested on August 23rd and booked into the Rutherford County Adult Detention Center. He was released on a $50,000 bond. And just as the community grappled with that loss, another tragic case unfolded involving the disappearance and death of a well-known local business owner. Danny Brown, age 68, of Rutherford County, and the owner of Ace Towing, was reported missing after his tow truck's GPS was turned off near Briley Parkway on August 17th. His family, growing increasingly concerned, enlisted United Search Corps to help search the area, including parts of the Cumberland River. However, efforts there led to a vehicle discovery that proved unrelated. Ultimately, Tennessee Highway Patrol confirmed Brown passed away in a crash along I-24 near mile marker 68 in Rutherford County. According to officials, Brown's 2022 Dodge Ram left the roadway, struck a sign and a tree. Despite wearing a seatbelt, he didn't survive. No further details have been released regarding what caused the crash. In Shelbyville, just south of Murfreesboro, they saw a high-profile case conclude last week as 49-year-old James Michael Bedingfield was sentenced to life in prison for the 2023 murder of his ex-girlfriend, Julia Ann Smotherman. The Bedford County courts also found him guilty of abuse of a corpse. The investigation began in May of 2023 and led to Bedingfield's arrest in Moore County. He remained in custody due to a prior criminal record, which included a 2007 conviction for aggravated burglary and theft. His trial, presided over by Judge Forrest Alexander Gerard Jr., ended with a first-degree murder conviction and his sentencing on August the 18th. Here in Murfreesboro, another emotionally charged case has lawmakers and families questioning the state's child welfare process. Jeff and Jerika Lloyd brought their 1-year-old daughter, Janie, to a pediatrician in 2024 for a minor leg fracture, believing it was the result of her early walking. However, a second medical opinion triggered a report that the Department of Children's Services, or DCS, which led to Janie being removed from their custody. A Rutherford County judge dismissed the case in early 2025, but DCS continued to list Jerika as substantiated for abuse until August the 5th, when the agency reversed its stance after media attention. The Lloyds, residents of Rutherford County, say the delayed process and lack of communication left lasting trauma on their family. Now, local state representative Charlie Baum is reviewing possible policy reforms. The Lloyds hope that their ordeal may lead to a change that prevents other families from experiencing the same fear and uncertainty that they endured for nearly a year. The Nashville, Davidson, Murfreesboro, Franklin Metropolitan Statistical Area, or MSA, has earned a spot in WalletHub's top 10 list of cities where auto loan delinquency is falling the fastest, signaling economic resilience for drivers across Middle Tennessee. The latest report shows an 11.12% decline in delinquencies between quarter 1 and quarter 2 of 2025, placing the MSA at number 10 among 100 U.S. cities analyzed. Fewer missed payments means improved financial health for families from Murfreesboro to Franklin, and fewer risks of repossession or credit damage. WalletHub analyst Chip Lupo noted that the data may reflect improving economic conditions or a shift in priorities among consumers. Quote, "This demonstrates either that economic conditions are improving or that people are prioritizing getting current with payments on secured debt like auto loans," end quote. Meanwhile, Rutherford County kicked off the high school football season under the Friday night lights with a slate of opening games that thrilled local fans. Oakland High School, the defending 6A champion, notched a 28-14 win over CPA in the WGNS Game of the Week. Blackman, Siegel, Middle Tennessee Christian, Stewart's Creek, and Providence Christian also opened their seasons with victories. However, not all teams started with a win. Smyrna narrowly lost to Brentwood 14-13, while Riverdale, Rockvale, and Laverne also suffered opening week losses. Despite the mixed results, the excitement of football season returned in full force to fields across Rutherford County. That's all for now. For updates on these and many more local news stories, be sure to check out our website, WGNSradio.com, or follow us on social media at News Radio WGNS on Facebook and on X. I'm Dalton Barrett for News Radio WGNS with a reminder, if you're enjoying the show, be sure to leave a rating or a review on Spotify and iTunes, or a comment on YouTube. The Rutherford Roundup has been presented by Your Good Neighbor Network. I'll talk to you later.